Hey, welcome to Mirrorsphere. This is your host, Daniel, and your Finnerly Neighborhood Beer Vet. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these reviews, and I am sorry for all that. Today, I'm doing a review over the audiobook, The Return of the King, Lord of the Rings, written by the greatest writer ever, and narrated by Rob Inglis. My gosh, this was good. I love these. I love the audiobooks. Every one of them. I know that every once in a while there's a little bit of background noise, but it doesn't really. I've never really been affected by it. I think Rob Inglis is a master at what he does, and he truly brings these books to life for me. And I bought the book and I was going to read it, but I just never had time. So I decided, screw it. I went and got the audiobook, and now I finished it not like a couple days ago. Now I'm doing it all over again. I am listening to The Hobbit again, and I'm going to go through all the audiobooks again, because I love this series. I love Lord of the Rings. And, you know, I'm starting to delve into the lore, into the history, so much more into this world. And it is one of the biggest inspirations for my own books, and he's inspired thousands of writers, and I am super excited. You know, J.R. Tolkien is a genius writer, and not only has he inspired me, but he's inspired hundreds of thousands of writers since his time. And Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest franchises there is, and I am so excited to be getting part in this community. This is literally my favorite franchise. You know, I grew up with Star Wars. I grew up with, you know, all those different, you know, stuff that everybody else grew up. And I knew of Lord of the Rings and Narnia and all these books, you know. But I never really read The Lord of the Rings. I know the movies, and I got to know the world through those, and I love the movies. And so I know I said this a while ago, I still am planning on doing the book and movie difference. I did The Hobbit, the 3 series for The Hobbits, which I liked. I loved doing that. That was really fun. And I do plan on doing the Fellowship of the Ring soon, and Two Towers and The Return of the King. I'm going through the books again because I want to make sure I get as much as I can, and if I forget anything, put it in the comments. Be like, hey man, you forgot this part. It was different about, you know, thank you. You know, but this is another book that I purchased, and it's another one of the Lord of the Rings books, The Children of Hurin. I need to go through this one too. I got so many books I'm reading right now, and I'm, you know, doing the channel, working on my book. So, thank you. But anyways, let's get to the review. I think this was beautiful. And yes, there are differences from the movies to the books. But I understand the difference, and I understand why they made these choices. Because in the books, they do it, but there's a lot of problems, I think, in the movies. Being able to do it from in the movie would be a lot more difficult than they did in the book. And you know, must understand, when these movies came out, they were the best movies. I think one of the greatest movies of their generation. And I still, you know, I may love Deadpool. It may be my favorite movie, but I think that Lord of the Rings still beats. You know, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and The Return of the King are literally better than Star Wars movies. I would rank Lord of the Rings trilogy above the original Star Wars trilogy. I know, crazy, right? But it's how I feel. And The Return of the King, the book, was far more in depth than I ever imagined. There's a whole, I will go over this in detail. I don't want to go too far, because if you haven't read the books or you haven't got the audiobook, please do it. Because these are so good. If you want good story, if you want a good narration, Rob Inglis is one of the best narrators I have ever heard. Like, holy crap, he brings these books to a level that even I wouldn't do if I read them myself. And I can't read out loud. I don't know why. I don't know if it's dyslexia or what. I just can't. I've never been diagnosed with dyslexia, so I don't want to claim I have that. But I start reading out loud, and I just can't do it. It messes with me. So, but listening to this, audiobook. I like audiobooks. I do. I know I like physical. Don't get me wrong. I love having physical books. There's nothing like feeling the paper in your fingers as you're reading. Absolutely. But audiobooks help too. I don't just get like there's a books. I did that with Aragon. I got my old tablet and I had the 3 Aragon books on that. But audiobooks are great. I can literally sit down. I can listen to it while I am either doing dishes or I'm working my book or if I'm playing Lord of the Rings Online, which I've been starting, and it will do a review on it when I get further into the game. And the difference between the VIP status and the free-to-play. It's a great game so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's older, but it is fun. But the Lord of the Rings series is a masterpiece. It's a level of storytelling that goes beyond my opinion. And there's so many stories. I just got subscribed to the Men of the West YouTube channel, and they do so good at helping you understand the characters even more. Like they'll delve into Sauron, they'll delve into Malgor, and characters you don't even know because they're not in the movies or barely mentioned in the books. Not the normal trilogy, but my God, these are great. And I know there's a new book covers that just came out for the Lord of the Rings and Celebration, and I'm going to look into those because I want to have these preserved within my collection. And one day when I get my own house, my bigger house, and I get my own office space, I will set it up where you can see what books I have and some of my collectibles and stuff. Most of that stuff is in storage right now. So, but please, this book. I give this rating freaking 10 out of 10. I never had any problems. The story is fantastic. I never got bored. I never, stopped paying attention. I was sucked into it. My kids get sucked into it. Anybody who's in the room with me as I'm listening to the book, they get sucked into it. And it is fun. The voices he does, he starts singing the songs, just like the rest of the books. He does a fantastic job. I'm very happy that I purchased these audiobooks, and I love this series. So if you guys are looking for something to get, a new story that you maybe the Lord of the Rings, you watch the movies, the extended versions are great. If you're going to watch Lord of the Rings, get the extended versions. They're so much better. But read the books, because the books delve into something far beyond the movies could have done. And they do a part in the book with the hobbits at the end of the book that was not in the movie. I'll put that up. And it makes the hobbits so much more fun. In the Lord of the Rings Online, I play a Guardian Hobbit right now. I know I did a little video where I started a Ranger Hobbit, but I've actually decided to get rid of that character. I got rid of a bunch of characters, and I started over as a Guardian Hobbit. And it's like the tank, and I fucking love it. I'm having so much fun being a little dude running around and taking the hits because it's fun. I love every race in his books. I don't understand. Like usually I'm like, okay, elves are cool. Humans are alright. Hobbits, little people. That's funny. But man, I love the dwarves. I love the elves. They're so perfect. And the way they're explained and how he delves into the difference of the races this is what inspired me to work on my own book. And it helps me to look back at what I'm doing in my book also to see, am I delving as much as he is in the races difference? Because I have a couple races in my book. I do delve into them, but man, I don't know. Did I do enough? Am I doing enough? This is what I love, because this is creativity. This is building something from ground up. and watching what other people have done before, reading their works, learning about who they were as a person, how they thought of all this stuff, and what inspired them to do their books. It gets you into a whole new world. And if you're thinking of doing anything, I suggest you do it. If you are thinking about starting your own channel, do it. Do something you love. Talk about things you know and things you love. That's what everybody, I only had 33 subs, which is fine. I love every one of you guys. And I want to build, I want to keep growing, and I hope this channel gets fucking huge. Whatever. But I'm one of you. I'm a fan. I'm a geek, nerd fan who just wants good stories. And my God, Lord of the Rings is the top level franchise to do the stories. So if you're looking for something great, please get these audiobooks or get the books. I know things are starting to get busy again, but you'll not be disappointed. And if you are, tell me in the comments, like, I didn't like him, and I'll be like, well, dude, I understand you, because these are great. I love the Lord of the Rings. I love Dune. I know I'm still planning on doing a live stream with Geek Cookie, or Nerdy Cookie, and a couple other people. And as soon as they're not as busy, because I know that they're bigger channels than I probably will ever get, and they are busy, and I understand that, and I respect them, and I cannot wait to talk Dune with her. I can't wait to nerd out with other people. And there's so much in this world, in this lore, and just I don't want to I love all these franchises, but I don't want to keep my channel only to them. I don't want to become an all Star Wars only channel or Lord of the Rings only channel. I want to be a channel who loves pop culture, who loves books, who loves stories, who loves movies, games, music. There's a couple channels I follow who only do music, and their music is fantastic. I am a very big classical music lover. I love classical music. I love the oldies. And those classical music help me concentrate. And so, whatever. But anyways, I think the book's great. I think what he did was fantastic. So I suggest you could get it, just to listen to it. Even if you've read the books and you're thinking about what you want to do, just get the audiobooks, man. Just listen to them, because I'm re-listening to them right away. I just finished the Return of the King, and at the end they have this long history. They talk about all the different history and all that stuff, and he goes over different whose father is whose, and it goes into deep. And then as soon as that was done and it's at the end, I went switch over to Hobbit, restart my book, and I started listening to Hobbit again, because I love these books, man. I love them. And we just, as fans, as pop culture lovers, we love good story. We love escapism. Especially now, of all time, escapism is so important. It's so important to have something that gets you away from all the craziness that's going on in our world. So please, I don't want to go too long in this video. Please, I suggest go get these books. I'm not financially, paid off by anybody to promote their stuff. Well, when I see something great, I will promote it. If I read a book, I don't care if they're famous or not. If I read a book and I love it, like this one, I'll show you this one. I don't know much about who this author is. The author of this book, Novice the Summoner series. I have no idea who really the author is, but let's see, who is the author of this? Taran Matharu. I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. But this is not a Lord of the Rings famous book series, but it's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm about halfway through this series, and chapter 29, and I plan on getting into all of those books. eventually. You know, there's so many books out there. The Dwarf series, there's a whole series of Dwarf books that I want to get into. There's so many books that I plan on getting into besides just working on my own. And when my book is done, I'm hoping this December. I'm still looking for an artist for a cover since my uncle can't do it. I am still looking for an artist. I want to help me do not just the cover. I want them to help me, you know, develop the characters so I could see them. I could see them in my mind, but when I get them on the paper, I can't draw. So if I can get them on paper and I could see the characters come to life on paper, it will. Oh man, it would boost my hype level to another level. You know, I'd be so much more motivated to get this stuff done. And my brother's still working on editing. He is busy. You know, he just got a new job, so he is doing everything he can to help me get these books out in December. If something's happening, if it goes through, we may even get a professional editor. We might just, me and him will just go through the book real quick, just make sure the story's in depth as much as possible, and just hire quickly a couple editors to help us edit the book real quick and get it out, because I want to get this book out by December. And unfortunately, I will not be able to meet everybody in December at LA. I know you guys are doing that, and unfortunately, that's the same days my wife is in nursing school, so she's doing her finals those couple days. So, sucks, but you know, I was hoping to go down there and sign books and shake hands and, you know, get to know all of you within the fandom. Everybody who could go, I would love to have been able to come down there. I planned on it, but unfortunately, you know, life kind of happens. And so hopefully, if everything goes well, the book is out, I will send my brother down. I will do it. I will make him go. If he can. I know his job might not allow him, but if I can get him down there, I'll make him go with a bunch of boxes to sell some books there, because that would be fucking awesome. But anyways, thank you for coming. Thank you for staying and listening to me ramble. But please support with your wallet what is good, and show that you're, you know, if you love something, show support to it. That's all we can ask. If you don't like it, don't support it. But please consider supporting this channel. Now, I don't have Patreon or any of that stuff. I'm just working. I'm a working man trying to make it by. So just sub and like and share. That's all I can ask right now. And I hope one day I'm big enough that you guys can become members, and we can talk, and we can have fun, and we can hang out, and one day we can all have, you know, big conventions together where we can all laugh and, you know, drink to our health and into the fandom. All right, everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, be good to each other. Fuck cancel culture. Thank you for coming. This is Near Sphere out.